Here with Princeton's Brett Harner after a big win over ranked wrestler John Bolich from Lehigh. Brett, can you tell us a little bit about your approach to this season? You're ranked in the top 10 depending on what poll you look at, and it seems like you've made some adjustments to your position this year and you're really paying off.
Yeah, for sure. So I guess it all started out kind of midsummer. I was actually studying abroad in Spain and got a call from Abe saying, hey, like, how do you feel about switching weight classes? And I was pretty heavy at the time, so I said, yeah, let's do it. I didn't even think twice. So I mean, from that point on, I kind of focused on building a base layer of strength, because I knew I was pretty big for 184, but still didn't have that solid, just kind of meat you need to move up a weight class. So I started lifting a lot heavier, just kind of working on a few positions throughout the summer once I got back. Meeting 2 or 3 times a week with Ayers, and once Heflin got here, just kind of working on positions, working a little more upper body, finding new takedowns that'll work at the next level, and really just kind of adjusting my approach in that I'm not really worried about who I'm wrestling. I'm worrying about how I'm wrestling, and how I'm going to get to my ties and my offense, and eventually it pays off.
Well, it looks good, I'll tell you, because just watching your positions and your attacks, it looks good. So when you're out there wrestling, so tell me, who are you working out with the most in the room right now? Ayala, Heflin, who is it?
Honestly, we try and mix it up.
Okay.
Just because each of our practices have different, different structured formats. So certain days we'll have long goes, certain days we'll do shorter goes with intensity, match situations. So I try and switch it up and get different feels for each different position. So I work a lot with Ian Baker.
Okay.
He's probably our best guy on top on the team. California kid, nastiest legs in the country I've ever seen anyway. Heflin's great. He's just probably the strongest person I've ever wrestled with. And then Abe, I mean Abe's just a freak. So you get a broad spectrum here, and honestly, it's interesting because it wasn't really the case my freshman year, but now really anyone you grab, you're going to get a good workout in, and they're going to push you. No one cares if you're ranked in the country in our room. You try and say that we actually live that out in the wrestling. When we go with these freshmen, and they're going out there, they don't care. They're going to come right at you. So it's been an interesting shift in the culture in the room with that, and that everyone's in there grinding every day.
That's great to see that culture happen here. Can you tell me a little bit? You grew up in southeastern Pennsylvania. Can you tell me how wrestling in Pennsylvania prepped you for D1 wrestling?
Yeah, for sure. People always say, it is a completely different ballgame between high school and college wrestling. Don't get me wrong. I came in preseason my freshman year taking lumps as a 74-pounder. I'm taking lumps from, a backup 57. Once you get over that learning curve, I kind of use, my experience in Pennsylvania as kind of just a core foundation that I don't, our schedule this year has been grueling. We're wrestling national ranked teams every weekend now.
It's not going to let up.
Yeah, and it's not to say it's not challenging. It's not. It's definitely taxing mentally, physically. But at the same time, I'm kind of used to that. In that, my dad was my coach in high school, and he tried to emulate the same thing. And that we're going to Beast, Escape the Rock, Power, Ironman, things like that. So, and not to mention our postseason tournament in Pennsylvania is probably one of the hardest in the country. So, it definitely it's something I fall back on, saying like, hey, I've been here before, but at the same time, I'm not looking back on high school like as that was the end all be all.
Sure.
I'm a new person now, and I'm doing my own thing. I have bigger and better aspirations.
So your dad was your coach in high school. What age were you when you started wrestling?
Too young to remember. Probably 4.
Do you still love the sport?
Absolutely. Yeah. Probably a lot more so now.
What do you love about it, and why has it grown?
Yeah, it's just I don't know. It's hard. It's honestly hard to put in words.
Well, I can tell just by your smile that it's a deep thing.
For sure. Yeah, it's definitely something innate, and it's the ultimate sense of freedom. You control your own. I hate to use cliches, but you control your own destiny in a sense. And when you're out there on the mat, you control the situation. You do everything you want to do, everything you've worked on. You can decide to put your training to work, and I guess that's the goal at the end of the day. You kind of see the fruits of your labor in action.
All right, hey, thanks for taking the time, Brett.
Thank you.